Welcome back, everyone, to the Siro Sales Academy, powered by Grosso University. Again, Dominic Caminata here. I got Joe and Dan in the studio. We're laying down some movie magic, and on this course, we're going to be talking about how Siro can enhance your ride-alongs. As we've discussed in previous courses, Siro has this amazing ability to provide you with X-ray vision as a sales leader, giving you priceless visibility on every precious lead that is issued to your sales team. One thing we want to be clear on, however, is that Siro cannot and should not completely eliminate the need for you to get out in the field with your reps. Although Siro can and will reduce the frequency that sales coaches need to be in the field, it is important to understand that physical ride-alongs will still be necessary in certain situations in order to take your sales rep's performance to the next level. So of course, we know there's a vast difference between human-to-human interaction and virtual interaction. This is why most companies today, as we just talked about before this recording, they prefer selling in the home versus trying to sell virtually, right? So there's a different element. When you have that human-to-human connection with your salespeople, it's going to be your opportunity sometimes for them to get to open up to you, to get something off their chest. Again, Dan always likes to refer to getting their sales rep to blow out the lines. Having this pep talk motivational segment on the way to the lead, get them in the right mindset, and of course, helping that sales rep put together a clear plan of action as to what they're going to do. And this is where Siro really comes in. Along with reducing the frequency of ride-alongs required by sales leaders, Siro also provides priceless data and information to ensure those ride-alongs are far more productive. In this course, we're going to break down the elements of a successful ride-along and of course emphasize how Siro can supercharge this experience for you and your team. So Dan, let me just ask you, why do you feel having that time with that salesperson one-on-one in their car on the way to the lead is a better way to handle a ride-along day versus just meeting the sales rep at the house?
Well, let's say from personal experience, Dom, I worked with a manager who went on ride-alongs with me all the time. And the reason he did it was fun for him to get out of the office, and we really gelled. So we would come with a game plan on the way to the appointment. Here's how we're going to tackle this together. We're going to play off each other really well. We don't want to just wing that when we get into the house. We always want to prepare for battle. So that was the number one takeaway for me.
If I just meet the sales rep at the house, not going to have time to get in the right state of mind. They're not going to have time to blow out the lines. We're not going to have time to create a strategy together to have that moment. It's just a negative experience. It seems like a punishment. I don't want ride-alongs to have a negative stigma. And a lot of companies create that on their own because what they do is they only ride along with the worst sales performers that are on the shopping block. What you should be doing is riding along with everyone. We want to make sure this whole team is coming together to share best practice, share ideas, and you'd be surprised how much a top rep can improve upon.
Hey closers, it's Dan Coomes-Barry from Grosso University. I'm the sales trainer who runs our monthly Sales Academy Masterclass, where we walk you through our 11-step process for in-home sales in the home improvement industry. This process is perfect for salespeople of any level of experience, whether you're green coming right into the field or you've been doing this for 30 years. We promise you that you're going to learn something that you can take out that day and help you close business. From my personal experience, I know that many homeowners that you talk to are looking to work with a credible expert who is knowledgeable, but they don't like being sold. The beautiful part about this process is it can be tailored for any personality type, any problem you may run into, and we're going to go through this in such a detail-oriented manner that you'll be prepared for any situation. From walking up and knocking on the door all the way through buttoning up the deal, we will teach you the nuanced art form that is one-call closing. This is a skill set that helped me make multiple six-figure income for years and years, and now, because I get to sit on this side of the camera, I get to pass that skill set along to you. I hope you're up to the task, because I'll tell you, this is a 145-page book that we train over a 2-week span. It is coupled with our 11-part video series that's broken down so it's easy to digest. No matter what type of learner you are, we accommodate you. Now, at the end of our 2-week training process, you will have to pass a final exam, and it's not easy. You'll have to score at least an 85% on this final exam in order to become a certified sales warrior through the Grosso University program. And that's where the hard work begins. But if you're up to the task and you want to make life-changing money and cultivate a skill set that will permeate into all areas of your life, I invite you to join me in the Sales Academy Masterclass. We have classes that start on the second Monday of every month, and I look forward to seeing you in class. And as always here at Grosso University, yes, you are a closer.
And we were talking about that as we were going through the Siro recordings, right? You got a top performing rep that's kicking butt and taking names that we listen to a word track, and there's areas of improvement. There's areas we can fine tune. If I'm a field manager or a sales manager and I'm riding along with a salesperson for the day, I personally want to dedicate that entire day to the betterment of that salesperson. I could either spend a whole week riding with a salesperson doing it wrong, or I could spend one day with a salesperson, investing that whole day and turn them around just like that. So it's important that when I do these ride-alongs, I want that salesperson to maintain a high status in the house. So I always introduce myself from another department within the organization, whether I'm from the finance department or I used to be in installation. Now they're cross-training us on the in-home presentation. Helps the sales rep maintain their status, but I would pretend like I'm a newbie. And I would ask the prospect, is it okay if I take some notes? I'm trying to learn the process here and I'm just trying to gather information. So if you see me write things down, is that okay? But meanwhile, what I'm doing is I'm trying to notate and document as many minute details of what I'm experiencing here in the sales encounter. And it could be tonality, it could be voice inflection, it could be body language, facial expressions. And just like in Siro, we want to celebrate the wins. Occasionally, I'll see the sales rep do something wonderful. I'll see them do something really profound. Maybe it's how they use a certain widget in their inspection kit to create urgency. Or how they, let's say they're doing a bath inspection, the way they push on the wall, you can see the wall caving in, the homeowner didn't even know that was an issue. It's rotting from inside out. These creative things you see, I want to notate the positive things also.
Well, if you notice that, you go into Siro later and it's like, look at the level of customer involvement after this skill was implemented. All of a sudden, talk ratio evens out. So like that was the hook in this situation. Those are the coachable moments I love.
Think of how much more prepared you can be for ride-alongs now that we have Siro data. This is something that's still relatively new. Again, how long has Siro been around?
Actually selling like 2.5 years.
So now we finally have the means to come to that ride-along with a plan. And that's what I see in the industry is very few field managers or sales managers, coaches in the field have any plan or strategy at all for how I'm going to course correct the salesperson. I want to go into that ride-along with next level preparation, leveraging Siro data. And as I'm having these one-on-one conversations, as we keep talking about in these courses, again, it's non-biased. There's no emotion. We're just speaking to what the data is telling us. So let's work together to course correct, because ultimately, I want nothing more in the world than for you to succeed and be at the top of the leaderboard. So that's the type of relationship that effective leadership needs. It has to seem like a selfless endeavor. You would put the needs, wants, desires, success of your team before your own. They are equally as important, if not even more important than I am. And my only mission here is to give them that support. So with the Siro data now, it makes it a lot easier for you to go into that ride along, put the emotions aside, and get to work with them, go along this journey of self-improvement. So something that would have taken me several weeks in some cases, or at least a full week of riding along with a rep, now can probably be done in one day.
And if you're a leader and you've seen other people succeed in the area that that rep has failed in, and it's recorded on Siro, you can be like, I was just on a ride along with John the other day. We had a very similar situation. Here, listen to this audio file. Tell me what you think. Because he overcame it, and I thought it was brilliant. So now there's a data point where it actually worked in real time. It's giving them a resource to learn how to do that in the right way. And it's proof of concept.
Take this Siro data, have a plan when you go into that house or when you get into that car with that salesperson, exactly what I'm going to be focusing on, how we're going to course correct and get the salesperson back on track. And don't always assume a ride-along is an observational ride-along. Sometimes what that salesperson needs is a demonstrational ride-along. They need to see their leader actually go through and execute this thing and have it lead to a successful outcome. That's what snaps them out of this slump, and that's what gets them back believing in what it is that they do.
I mean, number one thing in a ride-along is riding along. Sure, it's to diagnose where someone can improve, but more importantly, it's a chance to win the loyalty and dedication of a rep, because at the end of the day, you can give them the best sales training, you can give them the best examples and ongoing coaching with something like Siro, but if they're not bought in to the system, to the product, to the company, to you as a leader, it's all for naught. It's very difficult to course correct that kind of buy-in without that windshield time.
So I hope you enjoyed this course on field management and ride-alongs. And on behalf of Siro and Grosso University, yes, you are a closer.